welcome to the Zwift Academy Roadshow. I'm Rebecca Charlton. That's right, Zwift Academy is back for its 5th year and it's bigger and better than ever. If you're not already familiar with Zwift Academy, it's a training program with a big difference. 8 weeks of structured training provided by our professional coaches to test and improve every element of your cycling performance. And at the end of it, there is a chance for 2 lucky and, well, very talented participants to unlock a shot at a professional cycling contract. It's absolutely incredible. Now, I'll be here every week helping you get the most out of this year's academy, bringing you everything you need to know. But it's not all about going for that coveted prize at the end of it, that pro contract. No, it's about us, the Zwift community, getting fitter, faster, stronger, and generally better together. And here's what you can expect on this week's show. Our guest of the week, Kate Verano, tells us why this year's Zwift Academy is unique. I chat to ex-pro Matt Stephens to get the inside track on what it takes to win that pro contract. We'll meet ZA coaches Dan Fleeman and Stephen Gallagher for a chat about the training programme. And we join Leah Thorvilson for our first taste of the coffee stop. 2020 sees Zwift Academy move into its 5th and most ambitious year yet, with a new set of coaches, a new men's team offering a place on their squad for next year, and a new way of doing things. Before we get to all that though, you might ask, how did we get here? So let's take a look at some of the best bits from Zwift Academy's gone by.
From the 5,000 initial entries to the Academy, there will be only one winner of the coveted professional contract, so there can be no holding back.
Looks like rolling.
Nerves are jangling, heart rate's elevated. You know, people are getting psychologically affected because there's a lot of pressure.
Every week we'll be getting someone with a deeper understanding of the ZA process onto the show for a bit of a chat, all important insight and those pearls of wisdom. And this week we're kicking off with none other than ex-professional cyclist and one of the leading lights behind Zwift Academy, Kate Verano. Kate, how are you? Great to see you.
Hi Rebecca, nice to see you.
We've heard a little bit of the history of Zwift Academy, but what's new for 2020?
This year we've got a bunch of new exciting developments. First thing is new coaches. We've got Dan and Steve from Dig Deep Coaching. We've got a new men's team partner in Alpecin Phoenix. We have these new rides this year, the segment group rides. So these give you the opportunity to test what you've been training in the workouts, to test it on segments in Zwift.
How much have you seen the whole process change and evolve since the beginning?
I think that people see more improvement when they go through the program each year because it really does present some really incredible challenges, and you have to work hard to get through the academy, but the benefits are really rewarding.
From your point of view, what do people have as a reaction when you say what the ultimate prize in this is? You know, that people will actually get an opportunity to go into the professional racing peloton. Are people quite surprised when they hear about it for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, this is completely unprecedented to be able to hold basically a virtual challenge to win a professional cycling contract. I mean, that is unheard of. The proof is in the pudding because the winners of Zwift Academy, we've launched the careers of several just incredible new pros.
When you and I were back in our racing days, you very much more successfully than myself, it's fair to say, and we've often discussed there weren't necessarily the pathways and the opportunities back then. How important is this on the women's side?
This is huge. You know, if you don't live in an area that has an established race scene, if you don't have a great federation that is creating a lot of opportunity, it's hard. It's hard to be seen. And what we've created is a stage. It's a world stage, you know, that you get a chance to throw down, show what you can do, put your best out there. And even for the ones that don't win the pro contract, there's still a ton of exposure.
And we've very much talked about the professional side of it, the world tour level, but this isn't just about that, is it? You know, there's such vast community of Zwifters out there, myself included. How is that going to integrate?
One of my other favorite things about the Academy is the community. This is often the first time that people have done a group ride in Zwift, and they're introduced to how motivating it is to ride with other people, to train with other people, to make connections all around the world. So we've got a great theme to Zwift Academy this year, and that's Unlock You. What we're going to teach you is that structured training works, that the efforts you put in, you're going to get so much more out of it. It's going to make you a better Zwifter. It's going to make you better in your next event, if it's a fondo or a race or your next group ride. It's going to give you the confidence to understand more about who you are as a cyclist, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and how to work on those.
Kate, thank you, and I hope you'll join us again soon.
Thanks, Rebecca. Have a great one.
You too. Bye-bye. We've heard all about them. It's now time to meet them. It's our illustrious ZA Road coaching duo, Dan Fleeman and Stephen Gallagher. How are you both?
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for having us today.
So I want to start by getting an introduction about your co-coach from each of you. Dan, let's start with you. Tell us about Stephen.
He's quite modest, so he doesn't really talk about his own racing performances, but he's a previous winner of the RAS, which is the Tour of Ireland. He's actually the last Irishman to win the RAS, and he also won the Tour Taiwan overall. We've known each other for 13 years. We was introduced by Dan Lloyd, and then we became teammates. So since 2008, we've kind of been stuck with each other. Stephen's the sort of person, he likes the sound of his own voice. So once you get him started on, any sort of topic, whether it's training, racing, or any topic at all, he just chats and chats and chats for everywhere.
Good to know. Good to get this out of the way early. Stephen, what have you got to say about Dan?
Dan is an ex-mountain bike champion, hill climb. Obviously on the road as well, participated at World Tour level, and as Dan said, we complement each other quite well because he's very much into the detail, the analytics. This is a guy that goes out training with a measuring tape in his back pocket in case his saddle is slipped by 0.2 of a millimetre. Now he's become obsessed with racing on Zwift, has taken his passion for cycling into the virtual world.
Look at this ride by Fleeman. It looks as if he's going to take the win. Dan Fleeman from Indoor Specialist is going to romp to victory here. Perfect timing on the climb.
So Dan, I've got to be honest, I'm very much a rider that would very much get a sweat on around 2.5 watts per kilo. Anything beyond that, I probably need a sit bucket, to be fair. What's in the Zwift Academy 2020 for a rider like me?
For me personally, I'm excited about, seeing people like yourself who are 2.5 watt per kilo, help you identify your strengths and weaknesses and help you move forward so you can bring that up. We want you to be, in a few months' time, maybe pushing 3 watts per kilo. You never know. So we want everybody to take part, not just the elite riders. And we've tried to make the program so that everybody will benefit.
Again, as Dan said, the community, if you're there and you're with people, you're enjoying it, you're engaging with people all over the world, you're more likely to participate, you're more likely to stay at it, and the consistency in the workouts and the training is what's key for everybody.
Brilliant stuff. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
See you soon.
Okay, see you next week.
Well, next up, I've got a special little treat for you. I do. I'm going to be having a chat with legendary ex-pro, voice of cycling, a man that's been a part of the Zwift Academy family for many years now, and someone that knows exactly what it takes to secure and win that professional contract at the end of all this. Please welcome Mr. Matt Stephens. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited about this year's Academy. Yeah, and good to be on the show.
You've been very much involved in the all-important final weeks in previous years of the Zwift Academy. What have you personally learnt from that process?
Just to see what this whole process means and to change somebody's life quite dramatically and profoundly, and to see these people and the changes they go through and how they develop as individuals as well is amazing. And I think that's what I've learned. I think it's just seeing people kind of change and how much they really want this, how hungry they are.
It's fair to say things are going to be somewhat different this year from previous academies. How do you think this is going to affect things?
So I think the whole process, especially the finals, are going to be fascinating, and I cannot wait to see what sort of hoops are going to be there for these riders and these potential professionals to jump through. It's going to be very different, but really exciting, I think.
Now, I've got a big question for you, Matt. If you were on one of these pro teams, what would you be looking for?
I'd be looking for somebody with a lot of potential, the willingness to learn, and also somebody that can actually fit in quite seamlessly into part of a team. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be very, very interesting to watch. But I think this year is going to be the most different Zwift Academy that we've ever seen, but I think it could be also the most exciting and the most intriguing.
For you, again, personally, when you've got to those very final stages, and of course you've got to know these riders very well, these characters of the sport, has it been quite emotional for you?
Yeah, it has, and I don't mind admitting it, that pretty much every final I've shed a tear, especially last year's, both finals, I was in floods of tears. It's a real cathartic moment when they finally realise that they've got the contracts, and also you've got to look after the well-being of the people that don't win as well. It's powerful, and I think that the thing for me is getting to know these people as individuals and seeing them flourish, seeing them grow, seeing them overcome adversity, and ultimately seeing two of them win.
Thank you so much, as always, for the brilliant insight, and you'll be back, I think it's going to be week 5 at the very pointy end of the action. We'll see you then.
Cannot wait. Cheers, Rebecca.
Bye-bye. Right, enough about the professionals. It's time to focus on us for a minute, the rest of the Zwift Academy Road community. And as this show nears its end, as with all good Sunday morning rides, I think it's about time we had a coffee stop. And who better to share a coffee with than the first ever winner of the Zwift Academy and gatekeeper to the ZA community, Leah Thorvilson. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. But let's go right back to the beginning of your Zwift Academy journey and the moment you found out you'd won the first ever edition. I can't even imagine how emotional that was.
I can't watch the video back without crying. I can hardly talk about it. It was very surreal, but nonetheless, it was super special and life-changing. I mean, the moment that I was told that I would be getting the contract, I think I had almost tried to talk myself out of believing it was possible because I didn't want to be heartbroken.
So you know all about this process. How nervous will people be in week 1?
I think in week 1, it's more anticipation and excitement, maybe a little bit of nerves just as people settle in and figure out what to expect from the program. But I think the first week is less nerves and just more questions and trying to get things sorted out and understand what the program's going to look like and how to fit it into people's schedules.
There's so much fun and support in the greater Zwift community. How important has that been for you?
The Zwift community has been just such a wonderful experience. We all say it's the most wonderful time of the year, so it's something that's just really grown to be like a big happy family. And there's several women in there that I feel like I do know personally, but it takes, it's a strange thing to think. I've never seen many of them face to face in person. I only know them through Zwift and through Zwift Academy, yet they're some of my closest friends. So it's pretty wild.
Well, happily, you'll be here joining me every week for more coffee and chit-chat, and you'll be covering all the hot topics and answering people's questions. So how can they get in touch?
The best way to get in touch is to join the Facebook groups that we have set up. We have one for the Women's Academy and one for the men's. And the names of those groups are Canyon Graham Racing Zwift Academy and Team Alpecin Phoenix Zwift Academy for women's and men's respectively. And we also are encouraging people to share setups of your pain caves and use the Zwift Academy hashtag posted on the screen. Then we can share some of our favorites to the Zwift social channels as well.
Leah, thank you so much. Great to see you. And you'll be back same time next week. See you then.
Have a great week.
That's all we've got time for this week, and what a first show to kick us off on. We'll be here every week as your go-to for everything Zwift Academy related. We'll have more from the coaches, your questions answered, and I'll be catching up with some of the people that have been there and done it, from the pros to the everyday Janes and Joes. Yes, that's very much me. Also, keep your questions, comments and photos coming in over on Facebook using the Zwift Academy page, and you could see yourself appearing on next week's show. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Bye for now, and in the meantime, happy Zwifting.